Drake has just crossed a line that no one thought he'd dare cross. In a desperate, shocking move that's left the entire music industry trembling. Drake has allegedly begged the Recording Academy to ban Kendrick Lamar from performing at the 2026 Grammys. Yes, you heard that right. The same Drake who's dominated charts for over a decade. The same Drake who built an empire of hits and collaborations is now reportedly on his knees, pleading behind the scenes to erase Kendrick Lamar from the biggest stage in music. But why? What secret war is unfolding between these two giants that would push Drake to such extreme measures? According to leaked insider whispers, private emails, and alleged behind-the-scenes recordings, Drake's request wasn't just a rumor, it was a calculated act of survival. Because if Kendrick takes that stage in 2026, the fallout could destroy everything Drake has built. Fans are outraged. Social media is exploding. Industry veterans are calling it the biggest betrayal in Grammy history. And trust me, what you're about to hear will shock you to your core. Because this isn't just music beef anymore. This is a fight for legacy, power, and survival. For years, the music industry has thrived on rivalries. Jay-Z versus Nas, Tupac versus Biggie, Kanye versus Taylor. But nothing compares to the slow-burning, high-stakes war between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. It started subtly, a few subliminal bars, sly interviews, casual shade. Drake, with his mainstream dominance, endless radio hits, and global appeal, represented pop-rap perfection. Kendrick, on the other hand, stood as the poet, the purist, the prophet of hip-hop, elevating the genre to something beyond entertainment. And for years, fans debated who's truly the king. Drake, the commercial juggernaut, or Kendrick, the lyrical messiah. The Grammys, of course, played their part in fueling this war. Drake has publicly criticized the Grammys before, calling them irrelevant, accusing them of favoritism, and even boycotting categories. Kendrick, meanwhile, used the Grammys as a battlefield, delivering legendary performances that critics hailed as the greatest in Grammy history. Every time Kendrick hit that stage, it wasn't just a performance, it was a statement. The 2016 Grammys. When he delivered his explosive All Right medley about racial injustice, changed the perception of what a Grammy performance could mean. The 2018 Grammys, where he opened the entire show with a fiery political display, was called unforgettable. And each time, whispers spread through the industry. Drake was furious. Because while Drake won numbers, Kendrick won respect. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed Drake felt overshadowed. He could drop a global smash like God's Plan or Hotline Bling. But the headlines the next morning weren't about him. They were about Kendrick, whose artistry made Drake look safe. And then came 2024. Kendrick's explosive diss tracks aimed directly at Twite shook hip-hop culture to its core. The internet went into meltdown. Fans declared Kendrick the winner of the beef. Drake, once untouchable, was suddenly painted as vulnerable, scrambling, exposed. The fallout was brutal. Memes ridiculed him. Critics questioned his credibility. Even some of his longtime collaborators stayed quiet instead of defending him. Which brings us to now. The 2026 Grammys. The stage that could redefine careers. The platform where millions watch, where moments become immortal. And Kendrick Lamar, after obliterating Drake in their lyrical war, is rumored to be preparing something historic for that stage. Something that, if it happens, could bury Drake's legacy once and for all. And so, according to insiders, Drake has gone into full panic mode. Whispers claim he's been pulling strings behind the scenes, making calls to the Recording Academy and begging them to shut Kendrick out. A desperate move that fans never expected from him. But why would Drake risk the humiliation of being caught begging? Why would he, a superstar at the peak of fame, try to silence Kendrick rather than face him? Because the Grammys aren't just another show. They're the world stage. And Kendrick's rumored performance is said to contain something so shocking, so damning, that Drake fears it could end his career. And now, the leaks have begun. The whispers became impossible to ignore when an alleged Grammy insider leak hit social media, according to the screenshots which spread across Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit like wildfire. Drake had sent a series of urgent requests to Recording Academy officials. The messages, written in what appeared to be Drake's camp's private correspondence, carried one chilling theme: do not let Kendrick perform. Whatever it takes. The internet went ballistic. One message, allegedly from a high-ranking Grammys coordinator, read, "Aubrey's team reached out again. They're adamant about keeping Lamar off the stage in 26. They believe a performance would create irreparable damage." Strong words being used. Legal threats implied. Fans froze. Legal threats. Drake wasn't just asking. He was allegedly ready to fight dirty to keep Kendrick from the spotlight. And then, the fire spread further. A supposed leaked voicemail surfaced on a hip-hop gossip account. The distorted audio claimed to be Drake's own voice, hissed with anger. "I'm not letting him clown me in front of the world. Y'all better fix this. If he performs, I'm done with the Grammys. I'll burn the whole stage down if I have to." Whether the clip was authentic or fabricated didn't matter. The damage was done. The public believed it, and suddenly the narrative shifted. This wasn't about a simple rivalry anymore. It was about Drake's fear. Fans began dissecting the situation. Why is Drake so scared of Kendrick's performance? What could Kendrick possibly reveal that would make Drake this desperate? Is there something Drake's hiding that Kendrick knows? Theories flooded social media. Some fans claimed Kendrick's rumored Grammy set included an unreleased diss track, one that would shred Drake's reputation with never-before-heard allegations. Others believed Kendrick had secretly secured guest appearances from artists who had quietly turned on Drake, a lineup designed to humiliate him in front of millions. Meanwhile, Kendrick's silence made things worse. Not a word, not a tweet, not a statement. And yet, every silence felt like a smirk, every absence a taunt, because in hip-hop, silence speaks louder than words. But the true breaking point came when a mysterious document began circulating online, what some claimed was an early draft of the 2026 Grammy performance list next to Kendrick's name. Scrawled in bold letters were 3 words: "Special statement, incoming." What did that mean? Was Kendrick preparing a politically charged speech? A final blow in his war against Drake? Or something darker? Drake reportedly lost it. According to one insider source quoted by a major gossip blog, Drake's been calling executives daily. He's saying he won't even attend if Kendrick's on the bill. He's using every connection he has. He's terrified. It's not about music anymore. It's personal. And here's where it gets truly messy. Screenshots began to leak from Kendrick's camp, though no one could verify if they were real or part of the chaos. The stage was set. The internet was buzzing. Drake's silence, Kendrick's cryptic teasers, the Grammys' refusal to comment. It all created an atmosphere of pure chaos, and just when fans thought it couldn't get any wilder. The second twist hit, because leaked footage began circulating from a private industry meeting, and in it, Drake wasn't just begging. He was allegedly threatening to boycott the Grammys entirely unless Kendrick was cut. The clip ended with one explosive line, supposedly from Drake himself: "If Kendrick goes up there, you'll regret it. I'll make sure the Grammys never recover." The industry gasped. The fans screamed. And the question was clear. What exactly is Kendrick planning? And why is Drake this desperate to stop it? The internet was still reeling from Drake's alleged begging when the story took an even darker, more chaotic turn at first. Fans thought the so-called special statement incoming next to Kendrick's Grammy rehearsal schedule was just hype. Maybe a new diss verse, maybe symbolic stage theatrics. But then came the shocking revelation that shattered every assumption. An anonymous hacker group, known online only as the Watchdogs, suddenly dropped a trove of encrypted files onto a hip-hop forum. Inside, a folder labeled 2026_Grammy_Kendrick_set. The files allegedly contained rehearsal audio, staging plans, and even script notes. And in bold red font across one of the leaked slides were the words, "Exposing the OVO curtain." The industry froze. Fans screamed. What was the OVO curtain? Within hours, speculation exploded. Some claimed it referred to Drake's alleged history of ghostwriters, a scandal that once nearly derailed him in the Meek Mill feud. Others whispered it was about unreleased documents, contracts, payouts, NDAs that would show how Drake silenced critics and controlled narratives. But the most chilling claim came from one anonymous insider on Twitter. If the leaks are real, Kendrick isn't just performing music. He's staging an exposé. He's about to drag Drake's entire empire into the light. And here's where the escalation hit nuclear levels. Social media erupted. Twitter threads became battlefields. One viral thread with over 500K likes laid it out. Drake begged to stop this because he knows what's coming. Kendrick's Grammy set will be less a performance, more a trial. If this goes live, Drake's career might never recover. Celebrities started to pick sides. Cardi B posted, then quickly deleted a tweet that read, "Some PPL scared of the truth. Some PPL ain't. Let the stage speak." Meanwhile, J. Cole, often caught in the middle of the Drake-Kendrick rivalry, posted a cryptic Instagram story, a chessboard. One king tipped over. No caption. Fans immediately interpreted it as a message. Drake's reign is ending. But it wasn't just fans and artists reacting. It was the Grammys themselves. Leaked reports claimed that the Recording Academy Board had convened an emergency meeting after the hacker dump. They feared Kendrick's rumored set could turn the 2026 show into a scandal broadcast. Some executives allegedly argued to cancel Kendrick's appearance. Others, fearing backlash, insisted they couldn't censor an artist of his stature. And in the middle of it all, Drake, furious, desperate, and according to insiders, issuing private ultimatums if they let Kendrick go through with this. "I'll never set foot on that stage again." Then came the most shocking reveal yet. An industry gossip site posted what they claimed was an early run-through recording of Kendrick's Grammy performance. The grainy, shaky footage showed Kendrick surrounded by dancers and owl masks, exactly as rumored. But then, the performance shifted into something surreal. A massive LED screen displayed what looked like fake legal documents, blurred contracts, and highlighted emails. One freeze frame that spread like wildfire online appeared to show the words, "Confidential, Drake Settlement Agreement." The crowd went insane. Was Kendrick planning to project Drake's alleged secrets on live television? Theories spiraled. Did Kendrick have evidence of payoffs to silence ghostwriters? Was he hinting at undisclosed lawsuits? Or worse, was this performance meant to prove Drake's entire legacy was built on lies? Fans didn't know what to believe. But the suspense alone was enough to make the 2026 Grammys the most anticipated show in decades. The backlash against Drake intensified. One fan wrote, "You don't beg the Grammys to stop a man unless you know he's holding a nuke." Another tweeted, "If Drake is fighting this hard, Kendrick's about to expose something big." Even mainstream media piled in. CNN ran the headline, "Grammy tensions explode. Drake accused of trying to silence Kendrick Lamar." Rolling Stone called it the most dangerous Grammy showdown in history. And yet, through it all, Kendrick remained silent. No denial. No confirmation. Just silence. That silence became deafening, and fans began to believe the unthinkable, that every rumor was true, that every leak was intentional, that Kendrick was playing chess while Drake scrambled in panic. But then came the cliffhanger that no one saw coming. Another leak dropped, this time not from hackers, not from insiders, but from a Grammy stagehand who anonymously posted to Reddit. The post read, "I've seen the rehearsal. I can confirm, if they let this air, Drake is finished. This isn't a performance. It's a funeral." The comment was deleted within minutes, but screenshots had already spread across the internet, and with that, the anticipation reached fever pitch by the time the leaks had spread across every corner of the internet. The world wasn't just watching, it was choosing sides. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of them lit up like wildfire. The hashtag ban Kendrick started trending. But almost immediately, a rival hashtag drowned it out. Hashtag Drake exposed. The divide was brutal. One side painted Drake as a desperate, insecure giant, terrified of losing his crown. The other accused Kendrick of plotting career assassination live on television. One viral TikTok, with over 10 million views, showed a fan dramatically ripping down a Drake poster, screaming, "You can't beg your way out of this one, Aubrey." Meanwhile, another TikTok showed a group of fans burning Kendrick vinyls, chanting, "Respect Drake. Protect the Sixth God." The fan wars turned toxic. Entire comment sections became battlegrounds. Celebrities didn't stay silent either. Nicki Minaj, long connected to Drake through their Young Money past, sent shockwaves with a cryptic tweet. Some PPL forget loyalty when the stage is bright. Was she defending Drake or subtly shading him? Fans couldn't decide. Meanwhile, SZA shocked the internet by liking and then unliking a tweet that read, "Kendrick is about to do what the industry's been scared to do for years: hold Drake accountable." Her silence afterward only fueled speculation. And then came the nuclear moment. Eminem, a longtime champion of lyrical authenticity, posted a single emoji on X, nothing more, no words. Just Fire fans instantly interpreted it as support for Kendrick, as if M himself was co-signing the takedown. Even the news cycle couldn't keep up. Billboard ran with Drake's desperation has Kendrick backed him into a corner. While TMZ screamed, leaked clips suggest Kendrick may expose Drake's secrets at Grammys. CNN, surprisingly, weighed in with a serious take, saying the scandal raised questions about artistic freedom, censorship, and the Grammys' integrity. But Fox News, they simply ran the headline, "Drake versus Kendrick, hip-hop's civil war." Inside the industry, tensions skyrocketed. Rumors swirled that Grammy executives were divided into factions. One group wanted to pull Kendrick's performance for fear of lawsuits. Another argued that canceling him would ignite public outrage and tank ratings. And in the middle of it all, one source claimed Kendrick's team is saying if they're silenced, they'll walk and leak everything themselves. The Grammys were trapped. No matter what choice they made, chaos was inevitable. Back online, fans began taking things even further. A Change.org petition titled "Let Kendrick Perform" hit 1 million signatures in 48 hours. Meanwhile, another petition called "Protect Drake's Legacy" also skyrocketed, showing just how deeply divided the culture had become. Twitter Spaces erupted into live debates. One fan screamed. By now, anticipation for the 2026 Grammys had reached record-breaking levels. Media outlets reported that ticket resale prices had tripled. Livestream signups spiked. Advertisers were salivating over what was being dubbed the Super Bowl of hip-hop. And just when people thought it couldn't get any crazier, a shocking headline hit. Leaked seating chart shows Drake and Kendrick placed in same row. The internet melted. Would they face off live? Would cameras capture the tension? One fan tweeted, "Forget the performances. I just want to see Drake's face when Kendrick walks in." Another replied, "If they're seated together." This is about to be the most dangerous Grammys ever. The drama wasn't just about music anymore. It was about respect, legacy, truth, power, and the stage was set for the most explosive Grammy showdown in history, just when the world thought the Kendrick vs. Drake Grammy scandal couldn't possibly get any worse. The final leak hit the internet, and this time it wasn't about Kendrick's performance. It wasn't about masks, dancers, or cryptic rehearsal clips. It was about Drake himself. Late one night, mysterious Dropbox link began circulating on Reddit and hip-hop Twitter. The folder was titled Aubrey_2026_confidential. Inside were dozens of files, alleged contracts, NDAs, and even email drafts. Most looked fake until one particular document spread like wildfire. A PDF marked Settlement Agreement, Confidential 2019. The alleged text inside: this agreement acknowledges financial compensation for services rendered, including uncredited lyrical contributions to multiple commercially released tracks under the OVO Sound label. The internet exploded. Was this the smoking gun? Proof that Drake had been paying ghostwriters under the table. Within hours, #GHOSTWRITER Gate was trending. One viral tweet screamed, "If this doc is real, Kendrick doesn't even have to diss." Drake buried himself. Another countered, "Anyone can fake a PDF, but Drake's silence is louder than proof." Fans were split, but the damage was undeniable. The possibility that Drake's empire was propped up by silenced writers was enough to send shockwaves across the culture, and Kendrick's fans weaponized it instantly. Memes flooded timelines. Drake, with duct tape over his mouth, captioned, "NDAs over bars." The OVO owl edited into a courtroom witness stand. Screenshots of the alleged document stamped with the words, "The OVO curtain has fallen." But here's where the twist deepened. Another file in the leak appeared to show email chains between members of Drake's team and, shockingly, Grammy executives. One line, allegedly from 2025. Read, "We appreciate the Academy's continued discretion in protecting our client's reputation. Future cooperation is expected." If real, this wasn't just ghostwriting. This was corruption. A suggestion that Drake had been leveraging influence at the Grammys for years. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. Drake wasn't just begging to stop Kendrick's performance. He was allegedly protecting a long-standing deal with the very institution he once claimed to boycott. The hypocrisy enraged fans. One comment summed it up. So Drake calls the Grammys irrelevant, while secretly pulling strings behind the scenes. Make it make sense. The industry was in shock. Rolling Stone ran the headline. Leaks suggest Drake's ties to Grammys deeper than publicly known. Complex blasted the OVO curtain leak. Is this why Drake fears Kendrick? Meanwhile, Kendrick still said nothing. Not a word. Not a hint. Just silence. And in that silence, fans found their answer. He didn't need to say anything. The truth was unraveling on its own. But here's the ultimate cliffhanger. Just hours after the leak spread, a Grammy spokesperson issued a rare midnight statement. It was vague. It was chilling, and it set the internet on fire. The statement read, "The Academy is aware of recent leaks and allegations. While we cannot comment on private communications, we assure the public that the 2026 ceremony will proceed as planned. There will be no censorship of artistic expression." Translation: Kendrick is performing. And if he does, the world now believes he won't just rap. He'll detonate a bomb that could erase Drake's credibility forever. And there you have it, the story that has the entire music industry on edge. Drake, the global superstar, allegedly begging, threatening, and pulling strings to stop Kendrick Lamar from stepping on the Grammy stage. Kendrick, the silent assassin, preparing a performance that insiders are already calling a career funeral. And us, the fans, left in the middle of the most explosive hip-hop battle of our lifetime. But now, the question shifts to you. What do you believe? Do you think Drake is just desperately protecting secrets, proof of ghostwriters, shady deals, and backroom Grammy politics? Or do you think this is all just hype? A calculated stunt to make the 2026 Grammys the most-watched show in years? Tell me in the comments, are you Team Drake, protecting his throne at all costs? Or Team Kendrick, demanding truth and accountability, no matter how messy it gets? And don't just answer with words. Answer with passion. Answer with fire. Because this isn't just about music anymore. It's about legacy, power, and survival. One thing's for sure. When the lights dim at the 2026 Grammys, we will either witness Drake's greatest comeback or his ultimate downfall. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. So smash that like button if you want the truth to come out. Subscribe